At small scale, Azure Data Factory cleanup works fine. At production scale, it becomes slow, expensive, and unreliable. Not because of a bug, but because it was never designed to do that job. I learned this after watching cleanup pipelines. Run longer than ingestion, delete files inconsistently, and cost more than the data they were cleaning. That's when I realized the design itself was wrong. Welcome to Data in Practice. This channel is about how data actually works in the real world, from data engineering to business intelligence, governance, and production data platforms. Not ideal designs, not theory. Just what actually happens at scale. The first cleanup design was simple. Use get metadata to list files, loop through them with for each. Delete what exceeds retention. With tens of thousands of files, it worked. With hundreds of thousands, it struggled. With millions, it collapsed. Pipelines slowed to hours. Activity queues filled up. Retries stacked. Monitoring became noise. And worst of all, cleanup became partial. Some files deleted, some skipped. Some retried. Slow was bad. Unreliable was worse. The problem wasn't Azure Data Factory. It was how I used it. ADF is an orchestration engine, not a file system engine. Every file meant an API call, an activity execution, a scheduling decision, and a billable operation. Millions of files meant millions of orchestration events. That's not what ADF is built for. I treated ADF like a storage system. It isn't. It's good at scheduling, dependencies, retries, coordination. It's bad at scanning millions of files, high-volume deletes, deep file system traversal. So I changed the model. ADF stopped being the worker. It became the controller. For large-scale cleanup, deletion moved to systems built for it, storage lifecycle management rules, or compute engines like Databricks when logic was complex. ADF's job became triggering cleanup, passing parameters, handling approvals, logging outcomes. It no longer touched individual files. That single change fixed everything. Cleanup dropped from hours to minutes. Costs dropped. Failures became predictable. Operations became boring again, which is exactly what you want. Here's the lesson. Use Azure Data Factory to coordinate cleanup, not to execute cleanup at scale. If your pipeline is iterating over millions of files, the design is already wrong. In the next episode, I'll cover something less technical but just as important, logging. Why stakeholders care more about what was deleted than how fast it happened. And why cleanup pipelines without audit trails don't survive production. If this was useful, give it a like. And if you want more real-world data engineering lessons like this, subscribe to Data in Practice. Thanks for watching.